Method Man said no to Drake. Hip-hop legend Method Man revealed on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast that he turned down an offer to feature on Drake's 2013 track Wu-Tang Forever. It's kind of crazy to me. I didn't think that song was that old.
2013.
That's what it says here.
Yeah, that's off his third album.
Nothing was the same.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But so Method Man's decision to prioritize the feel and name of the song over a sure hit from the biggest artist in the world is a powerful old school move that validates the idea of brand preservation. So let's watch this little clip here, and then I have a couple questions here.
I like Drake.
Yeah.
You know, I like Drake. I think he's a dope artist. He puts out some great music, obviously, or else he wouldn't be as big as he is.
Mm-hmm.
But when he sent the record, we were overseas. He did send the record. You know, certain brothers was trying to write to it and shit, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I don't like it. You become jaded when you've been in the business for a long time. So,
especially
for me,
y'all.
Right. So for me, it's like big artists and
if I'm not feeling it, I'm just not going to do it.
I think that's how it should be. But beyond that, we have kind of normalized this idea that, and not, when I say we, I mean in general, that the Drake feature is the golden ticket for any rapper, if you will. At least that's what it was for a while, right? So by rejecting that, did Method Man expose that the quote-unquote Drake stimulus package is actually a trap, where the smaller artist gets a moment of clout, but the bigger artist walks away with your cultural credibility? Because we've known that's kind of what Drake has also done.
He was already stamped. You know, I don't think he needed, I think Drake was paying homage to them.
Sure.
And I don't think he needed to have that quote unquote smaller artist Drake golden ticket. I think he was at the place in his career where he can be like, you know, if it didn't sound like a Wu record for one.
No.
So it didn't really make sense sonically with them on it. But I think he was at the point where he didn't have to, you know, take that ticket per se.
No. Whether he did it or not, it was not going to affect his career, whether positively or negatively, in my personal opinion. And like you said, it doesn't fit the Wu-Tang aesthetic as far as the sound of the song. So like, I feel like you shouldn't just take any feature just because this artist is said artist and we're going to put this out and it's going to do good just because this artist is on it. You know what I'm saying?
Just playing devil's advocate. He ain't like the beat. What if we got a whack Meth verse? And then it's forever a Drake song with a whack Meth verse on it.
Come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I mean, LL Cool J talked about him and Michael Jackson have a song together that has never seen the light of day. I don't feel like these artists are in a position to where they're chasing a hit to get on because they're already on. They're already megastars at this point. It doesn't affect their career in any way to where a Drake would be a stimulus package to Wu-Tang Clan. They sell shirts in Target. You know what I'm saying?
So with that being said, let's flip the script a little bit. If it was a buzzing underground artist and they made the same choice as that today, choosing quote unquote the sonic fit over a Drake cosign, would we praise their integrity or would the culture label them an idiot for fumbling the bag?
The latter.
The latter for sure.
Yeah.
So
if Drake sent me the worst beat of all time, I'm hopping on it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
there you go. Certain level of honesty just has to come through, like guys.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah, for real. I mean, and that makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, you think about the first time I heard a Lil Baby song was a Drake. Drake was featured on the song, and we seen what that did to his career.
You could even argue Migos to an extent.
Migos. Who else?
McConan.
Well, his career didn't pan out very.
I mean, but the only song we know is that song with Drake on.
Yeah.
JB Black Boy.
Yeah, I mean, it makes, as a newer artist, a Drake cosign means a lot. But like, I mean, even Kendrick was on a Drake song at some point before, you know what I'm saying, the latter years and the beef and things of that nature happen. It means something when you're at a certain level in your career. Yeah. And it also doesn't mean anything when you're at a certain level in your career. So, yeah.
Did you have something to say, Byron?
Yeah, it's to your detriment a lot of the times. You know what I mean? Like, you get on the song with Drake, he absorbs your Infinity Stone and goes on about his business, and then we never hear from you again.
Yeah.
You know, it's worked more. It's worked in other people's favor more than it hasn't. But you really have to determine where you are where you're at in your career when you do it. You know what I mean?
You've even seen that with Kanye and like Designer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Or yeah,
What level of pandering is it? What level of
Panda.
yeah. Like, for example, in an era where modern artists treat legendary names as mere aesthetics or vibes, if you will, which is kind of what this was, because if it's not a Wu-Tang record and you're trying to get Wu-Tang on it, it's kind of disrespectful in a way. But was Method Man's refusal a necessary act of gatekeeping to prevent his group's legacy from being turned into a costume? And where exactly is that line though, right? Because like Double A, you just said, if Drake sends something, I'm going to hop on it. What is that line for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's just a level of success.
Yeah.
And I feel like Meth, even though Drake is the bigger artist, I feel like he looks at Drake as a younger, you know, somebody who's beneath him as far as experience. Yeah, right. A kid. Exactly. Yeah. So I guess in my mind, if we're doing hypotheticals, I wonder if the Wu-Tang Forever beat would have been a boom bap Wu-Tang type beat, if Meth would have felt the same way.
Right.
But we'll never know.
Yeah.
I really do think when Meth says it was about the beat.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't, I'm not trying to write to that. I really think that's what it was. Because it's not like he said Drake is whack and I don't F with him.
Well,
it's
he
not
started the whole thing off with like, I like props.
Drake. Yeah. You know, so I think it was just like, hey, this isn't fit for me. Like, I don't know what the bag was to hop on the record, but it wasn't enough for him to say, to try to fit himself in a box that doesn't make sense for him.
And I think too, also like Drake became what Drake is, especially after the beef and everything that we've witnessed. But like there was a time where hip hop wasn't so anti-Drake. Like there was a time where he fit within that scope.
And that was the time.
That was the time.
Yeah.
You know, he did go out of his way to put a lot of artists on, and to your point, Byron, to absorb their infinity stones. You know, like that in hindsight we can see that. But like, I mean, he did put a lot of people on. So
the issue was just the song, like because he starts the song off singing. It was an R&B song that he just happened to rap on. You know what I mean? Now I don't see that song actually working for Meth, but I think he just chose the wrong artist. Because I tell you, who would have shitted on that was Ghost. Yeah. If Ghostface would have got on there, he probably would have shitted on it.
What's crazy is Meth said they was all together in another country. So I'm interested to hear what Ghost says about it, because I mean they all got the record and nobody jumped on it.
Were y'all surprised when y'all first heard a record called Wu-Tang Forever and what it sounded like?
I went straight to that record when I saw it, and I was like,
it was immediately what I went for, and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
What if it was like called Wu-Tang Forever with Drake, but it was like featuring Capadonna and Master Killer?
I think there's a version with a couple of members of the Wu on it somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can't. I think I heard it at some point in time, but I'm not sure. Yeah, man. Hell.
On the flip side, do you think it would have been worth it for Drake? I mean, obviously hindsight's 20/20, but if Meth had told him, "Hey, bro, I don't like the beat,"
right?
Would he did something different?
Yes. Yeah. Do you think it would have been worth it for him to cater to them to get them on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have made sense. I feel like
because the song was still a hit.
Yeah, it was a hit, but I feel like the reason why Drake even called it Wu-Tang Forever, it was to pull in a different demographic. Even though he wasn't getting the features, like we said, when the album came out, I'm gonna go listen to that song. Yeah. And once it was like, oh, this don't even fit what Wu-Tang Forever even meant. So I feel like he was trying to chase some more fans, get some more ears on his music.
I think that's all that it was. And I think that's why it sits wrong with me.
Yeah. I think it's only called Wu-Tang Forever because it got that It's Your sample in it.
That's probably true.
Yeah. He was reaching to, you know what I'm saying, to even call it that off of that sample.
Yeah. But we've known like he's also like that this is what he chases. He's always chased, you know, like he is just chasing popularity, and he always has done that.
And validation.
I would say hip hop credibility.
And hip hop credibility, you know, buying all the stuff up, doing that thing. That's the entire Kendrick beef was essentially, that's kind of one of the center pieces to that. You know what I mean? And this just kind of highlights it even further. You don't think so?
No, you're right.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just seems like more of the same, but it is interesting to hear Meth say, you know, I like Drake.
Yeah.
You know, sound like DMX. And I like, except for the opposite.
The way he walks, the way he talks.
But even this is the thing. Like Method Man, there are other people who would have made a different kind of business decision. You know, Method Man is lucky in the way that not only does he have all the records he sold, but he also has a position
Television.
in Hollywood to where, you know, he doesn't have to rap to eat.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've made mention of that on several episodes. And, you know, there are people who make different decisions for different reasons.
Yep.
And I don't think Method Man at this point is making any hip hop decisions out of financial obligation. And so, you know, because some people would have been like, oh, yeah, let me hurry up and get on the radio. And this would be a nice press run for me. And Method Man is like, yo, I'm already booked and busy in my own lane right over here.
Yeah.
You know, and I have no problem with someone who said, no, I would have done that regardless.
Yeah.
You know, so I can open up some lanes for myself. Sometimes you just can't think about it like if you're smart, you're not just thinking about, like, especially after what we've seen, okay, he's going to take my Infinity Stone and then I'm going to be left out here looking bummy. It's like, no, I need to take advantage
of the
this
situation.
additional visibility.
Yeah. And monetarily, the fallout from that feature, if you're a smaller artist, is getting booked, you know.
Yep. It's potentially life-changing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. I think the interesting thing about it too now is like 2003 Drake or 2013 Drake is different than 2025 Drake. I wonder, with everything that's happened within especially the last few years, how artists would approach this and Drake in this particular area. Like, I don't know. I mean, for me, I don't know if I would do it at this point in time. Mm-hmm. Back then, I feel like Drake had a little bit more cultural cachet to where, like, I feel like he aligned with me a little bit more. Now, I don't feel like he aligns with like who he is in general. Like, I don't think I would. I mean, I still might do it. You know what I mean? But I would feel dirty.
You gonna send him a beat?
Nah, I think it really depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Like, the people that have solidified themselves in the industry, they're not really worried about that Drake cosign anymore. But again, Playboy Cardi,
Lil Baby,
Big Boogie.
Yeah.
All of these artists, if Drake asked them to come get on there, they're going to get on there. Thug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
definitely.
what I was about to say.
Gunna. All of these people could use that Drake stimulus package right now.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he's still Drake.
Yeah. That's the other piece.
You know, you still look at the end of the year streaming numbers. Who's there there at the top?
Mm-hmm.
On everybody's shit.
Yeah. Now, granted, allegedly.
I mean,
Yeah,
Spotify put him out, so
there's a lawsuit.
Yeah.
I think him and Future might do another record eventually.
I don't know about that. But you never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
you never know. Him and Meek ended up doing another song together.
This is true.
Yeah, it's almost like looking at from an artist perspective. It's like looking at Drake not as like a collaboration, but more so as like a business move.
Yeah.
Like this is I'm just doing this because this is going to elevate my business, not necessarily be a part of my catalog. I don't know.
And honestly, right now, a lot of these artists might help him.
Yeah, potentially.
You know what I'm saying?
I think
As
depending
far-
on who he works with.
Yeah, that might help him.
I think it really matters of whether or not the machine gets behind Drake like it once did. You know what
You
I
think
mean?
so?
Yeah, because that's ultimately what catapulted him to the successful
did,
level
but I
that he
feel like
did.
at this point in time, we always talk about NBA Youngboy and how his numbers are. He's not really part of a big machine like that. Drake, at the end of the day, again, is Drake. So, like, he's on a record label that he's suing. I mean, it's still in litigation right now, but he's still under contract, and they still want him to bring in income.
Yeah, he still has to be an earner.
Yeah, so I feel like it doesn't matter. Even if they push it or not, Drake's at the point in his career where it doesn't matter if they push it.
I feel like he took a kind of a cultural hit in a way.
He did.
Yeah.
And I feel like he could benefit from getting people that ride more for the culture as opposed to the product side of hip hop on his side. I feel like that would benefit him. Then again, it depends on how you look at it too, because if you only care about the product, which he is that's all he really cares about, why would he even do that if you
What if
know?
Drake went out of his way to do, he's like, hey, I really want to do, that's a missed opportunity for me. I really want to have a song with Method Man and Ghost and Inspector Deck on it. Would we look at it a certain way because of where he is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I would.
We're never getting that Drake all rap album that we thought we were going to get.
I think he's just been exposed for the product that he is. And
so it's good. We even if he does something where we're like, okay, I might be able to rock with that. It's still going to be like, well, he did that because
It's
there's
still corny.
there's a credibility gap there.
There's always an asterisk.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He can definitely right his wrongs and go ahead and just do something with Little Brother if they want to do something with him.
They retiring. Fonte's DJing now. Like,
It's a wrap.
yeah. I mean,
So he missed that window as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's retiring, but I do know he started DJing, and I've noticed a trend of rappers who start to DJ stop rapping. So I don't know if that's a thing.
They DJ, they get their own podcast.
Yeah,
They move on.
and he's been through a podcast
Yeah, he's
already.
already done that.
Oh, that's
so.
crazy. That's
I
right.
don't think-
Actually, 2 of them.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll want to hear that Fonte Drake
You don't want to hear it?
collab at
I'd
this
rather
stage.
just hear Fonte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does more for. Well, no, that's not true.
Let
I
me
was
hear
about
the
to say
original.
it does more for Drake than it does for, but that's a lie
That's a
straight
lie.
out of the pit of hell.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's just not true. That's why we feel some type of way about the fact that he never reached out and did anything with Fonte.